welcome to the Day of the Devs! Day of the Devs is a showcase ran by the people at Double Fine. If you don't know the people at Double Fine, yes you do. You just don't realize it. Most recently, they're the developers of Psychonauts 2. They also obviously made Psychonauts 1. They've made many classic titles like Day of the Tentacle, Pirate, Treasure Island Pirate, many games. I don't need to list them all, okay? I don't know the names of all of them, okay? Many games. And long ago, they started an event called Day of the Devs, which was an in-person convention kind of thing where devs would come together and meet each other, support each other, that kind of thing. But during the pandemic, obviously they couldn't do the in-person event anymore, so they started making it an online event where rather than having it be a meetup for devs, it is instead a showcase of some meaningful games coming out. After the pandemic and everything started opening up again, they started doing the in-person event again in June, I believe. They started doing the in-person event again, but they were already doing the online showcases before that, and they were relatively successful, so they continued doing both. They then partnered with the Game Awards to make the showcase part of it not once a year in June, but rather twice a year, with one in June and one in December. Now, on top of that, there's the extra detail here that, again, this is hosted by Double Fine, who are now no longer a indie company per se, but rather more of a AA company because they are owned by Xbox. So over time, a little bit more funding went into the event, and it has since become publicly funded, which I'm sure they'll talk about in a second. Looks like we got a bit of a pre-show. A second.
Hello everyone, I'm Daniel, also known as C418. You may know me from the Minecraft
C418
soundtrack, but today I am here to celebrate Day of the Devs and Wanderstop, which is the game I've been working on for quite a few years now alongside the rest of the Ivy Road team.
Sorry, Mommy?
It's a game about
looking forward to this game.
change and finding yourself. In just a second, I'll be showing you what the game does if you just leave it alone. And
I was talking about you earlier and how you were showing me Infinity Nikki and how I was upset that there wasn't jiggle physics.
I hope you check out Wanderstop when it comes out in March 2025. Thank you.
I will. Wanderstop, I'm very, very curious. I was curious to taste it. About Wanderstop. Oh, is it just the music for 5 minutes? Is that what this is? 4 minutes? I mean, like, cool. That's not necessarily what we're here for. If you want to listen to this, you can do it on your own. C418 made one of the best Minecraft songs.
Alright, I hope you liked this little taste of the music in Wanderstop. It's a completely procedural system that basically just follows your lead and plays along with you. Remember to check out our game when it comes out in March on Steam and PlayStation 5. And thank you for the team for letting us be part of these festivities. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Day of the Devs Digital Games Showcase. The Day of the Devs Curation Committee has scoured all the games that existed ever, and we picked the very best ones for you to check out right here. Without further ado, please enjoy the Day of the Devs Digital Games Showcase. Engage. Oh, shit.
「 Faraway from Steph Turione at Little Eyes
Greg.
in Annapurna is a single-player, one-button, procedurally generated game where players weave constellations across a starry sky, trying to explore the far reaches of space and compete for high scores. It's been in dev for over a decade, completely remade with a beautiful new art style, and I can't wait for you to see it.
I am a shooting star, a spark of electricity in the sky, meant to shine and vanish in a blink. But I will travel. I will. Mark my trail in my firmament. I will live to see the ends of the universe. The stars nearby giggle and say, "How can you travel so far? If your life is nothing but a tiny glint." And I say, friends, let me teach you something about infinity. High vibe.
Hey, I'm Steph, the
Hey, Steph.
creator of Faraway, a game about a shooting star. I was inspired to create a game similar to Tetris in terms of structure, that is always random, replayable, very minimal, and yet has a lot of depth. But it doesn't play anything like Tetris. It's a one-button game. You press the button to gravitate around the closest star, figuring out how to swing your way through space from one direction to another. This shooting star wants to stay alive by drawing constellations, connecting stars together and extracting life energy from the stars. You're given a number of random stars and get to improvise how you connect them. There are tricks. If you connect to one star and go connect to other stars and come back to that one star, you create a loop. And you can do that multiple times, and every time you're increasing a multiplier. As you learn the game, you figure out how to be more efficient in reaching higher scores more quickly. And there's two other modes.
There's a little score up there.
Puzzle modes. The first puzzle mode, you're given specific shapes and you have to figure out how to make those shapes using the game mechanics.
Stussy.
And in the second mode, you're given a specific formation and you're trying to figure out which constellation can give the higher score with that same formation.
So the second you go through the line, that's the end of the formation, kind of
musical,
snake style.
infinitely replayable experience. I can't wait to see what kind of constellations people make with it once it's released.
It's really cool.
To introduce a world premiere because you don't really want to spoil the surprise. It's better to vaguely allude to the genre or the visuals without actually saying the title out loud.
What did I miss?
Like if I told you
Wanderstop
the
and
next game
Faraway.
was called and it was the much anticipated sequel to I'd have spoiled everything, but I'm not going to do it. You can't make me.
I can't make him.
Hi, I'm Rich.
I'm Tia.
Hi, Rich.
And we're from Clever Endeavor Games, an indie studio from Montreal, Canada.
Yeah?
A long time ago, we made a silly party game called
surprised.
Ultimate Chicken Horse. Since then, the game and the community has evolved, and we're super excited to share what's next for us.
We've been working on a brand new party game for the last year and a half, a sort of spiritual successor to Ultimate Chicken Horse that will test your skills and your relationships. Let's check it out.
Ultimate sheep raccoon, excuse me? I like one of those. So it's kind of the same general idea as Ultimate Chicken Horse, but instead of a platforming style, it's like a 2D racing style. So basically, not even, it's still the same idea. It's the same idea, but on wheels, basically. Okay.
Our next title is dripping with cursive
Lauren.
charm. Have you ever heard of a stealth action deck builder? Well, after Sleight of Hand, you will have.
I like your sweater.
I'm Joshua Boggs, founder
Josh.
and game director at Riffraff. Today, I'm rather thrilled to share some secrets with you about our upcoming game, Sleight of Hand.
Oh, I've heard of this game. This game looks great.
Not everyone's ex-employer set them up to take a fall. Just so happens they framed the wrong witch.
Sleight of Hand is a third-person stealth game that blends tactical espionage action with strategic card play. You step into the shoes of Lady Luck, an occult detective pulled out of retirement to do one
I will most likely be playing this game.
Steeple City and bring down the powerful coven she once called family. What makes Sleight of Hand so unique from other stealth games is how it combines level design and tension of the stealth genre with the strategy that comes with the mechanics of card games.
The assassin's hand. This is gonna sting, boys.
It's a bit like if you took Metal Gear Solid and replaced the guns and tools with cards. Let's talk about how the game plays with an example setup. Here, I'm approaching a heavily guarded checkpoint, and I draw a hand of cards.
If the levels aren't randomly generated and it is instead like a story,
The ashes
then I'm more down. But if it isn't like a through-line story, then
One of them is
like, it's okay if the levels are
to
generated. I just want a story. If there isn't a story, then I'm not.
I want to use it
I'm
to
out.
lure an enemy into my honey trap. I'm going to throw my smoke bomb card close to it, and then use misstep to reach the coin.
That's the deciding factor. Because regardless of how gameplay is, I need story.
Vantage point, I'm going to play my honey trap card, and then link the fate of these two guards together by using double down. This will mean if I stun one of the guards with honey trap, the other will also be stunned. Combining this with the coin I picked up should give me a window to slip past these guards unnoticed. Alright, that worked. Now with both guards stunned, I'm going to quickly play Evaporate to get past the spotlight. Evaporate consumes the smoke cloud on use, so I'm going to use that with the same one that I created from a smoke bomb card earlier. This will allow me to proceed through this part of Steeple City undetected. Steeple City itself isn't just a backdrop, it's a living, breathing character. This rain-slicked city is tightly interconnected and full of hidden locations, secret rituals, and altars that reward exploration. I've hidden a lot of secrets in here as well as the rest of the team. You can access speakeasies with a password you discovered inside a matchbook, or reach new areas through the new cards and abilities you have acquired from bringing down your old coven. For Lady Luck, this isn't about being a hero, It's about getting through this job so she can get back to the bottle and then drown her inner demon. Sleight of Hand is all about strategy, stealth, and
very interested.
It's a love letter to my favorite titles: Metal Gear Solid, Dishonored, Max Payne 2, but with a fresh and unique twist. We'll be launching this amazing game on PC and consoles, so I'd like to cordially invite you to partake in our journey and wishlist Sleight of Hand on Steam.
Game Pass! I will 100% be playing that game.
This next title is a 3D platformer with a big open world to explore. It's an anime-adjacent, genre mishmashing spectacular. This is every bit Wind Waker as it is Sonic Adventure, and yet not really like either of those things at all. This is our first look at Demon Tides.
Hey everyone, my name is Fabian Rasthofer and I'm the founder of Fabras, the indie studio behind games like Slime Sand and Demon Turf. For the past 3 years, my amazing team,
I know that one,
you can see here, have been working on our next big game in secret. It's a vast, open-world, expressive 3D platformer you might have seen us tease before under the name Project Tides. It's our most ambitious game to date, and I'm incredibly proud of what the team has accomplished so far. And today's the day we can finally reveal it. So without further ado, check out our new game.
Demon Tides. Oh, that's interesting. So the last game, they had 2D sprites in the 3D world. Now they have 3D. Now it's full 3D. But it's a sequel.
Everything in Demon Tides is designed around the philosophy of expression, and that includes expressing yourself through the gameplay. Beebs' base moveset is all about combinatorial depth. No matter the situation you're in, you've got a plethora of chainable moves to pull off. This multiplies exponentially with all the talismans you can discover while exploring Demon Tides' open world. You can equip up to 5 at a time, and they modify or add entirely new abilities to your moveset. All of this means you can cross the same gap in countless different and creative ways. You can also express yourself with a ton of special outfits. Mix and match the head or body slots, as well as hair dyes.
It seems like this is a new game. Demon Tides.
And what good are outfits if other players can't see it? Display your drip proudly in the leaderboards, where other players can directly challenge your ghost recordings. The concept of expression also extends to another multiplayer feature. Pick any wall you want and start tagging it with your own graffiti design that other players will see in their own world.
I know that's in a lot of Metroidvanias.
Wait to show you more of Demon Tides in the coming months. There's still so much to talk about, from the open world design to the platforming challenges, its cinematic story, and so much more.
I think that's kind of the point, Manny. Not to trigger you, but...
In the meantime, you can wishlist Demon Tides on Steam to keep out for more upcoming news.
The vibe.
Everyone's had strange daydreams about what it would be like to live in a certain point of history. And sometimes those daydreams go a little wild. Kingmakers, brought to you by the folks at Redemption Road, feels like one of those wild daydreams.
Hey, I'm Paul, and this is Ian and Daniel.
We're the leads of Road Redemption Games and the creator of Kingmakers.
Interesting.
In Kingmakers, you play as part of a team of people who go back in time to medieval England with modern weapons and equipment, with the goal of uniting all of England to change the course of history.
Maybe not time to animate, but budget.
Kingmakers is nothing like anything you've ever played before, giving you an unprecedented level of interactivity and scope. Thousands of soldiers will be having multiple skirmishes all over the map. If you can see a 4-story building off in the distance, you can have a battle in it with the same kind of AI pathfinding you'd expect from a first-person shooter, except on a massive scale.
But it isn't just a third-person action game. It's also a detailed city simulator where you build cities and castles as you raise and control your armies to conquer the English countryside.
If you happen to fire a rocket launcher inside the building, you can blow a chunk off the wall. Everything in Kingmakers is destructible. If you can see it, you can blow it up, or drive a car through.
Kingmakers uses cutting-edge technology to field armies of over 10,000 soldiers, all running on their own next-gen multi-threaded AI, which controls their decision-making, pathfinding, and loyalty, while maintaining the high fidelity you would expect in a third-person action game.
You can't conquer all of England all by yourself, just having modern weaponry though. You need to raise your own massive medieval army to siege castles and take territory.
You can seamlessly switch between combat and issuing orders at any time. You can directly issue orders to your legions or leave it up to your petty officers.
And of course, all of this can be played solo or with up to 3 friends, each leading their own armies alongside your own in multiplayer co-op. The entire campaign is full co-op support.
Kingmakers will be entering early access on Steam and the Epic Games Store in 2025. Wishlist now to follow along with our development updates and sign up to participate in upcoming playtests.
Okay. It looks fun. I don't think it'd be my jam.
More time? Well, in Recur, a side-scrolling puzzle platformer by developer Astrological.
Yeah, that's very big. They are kind of one and the same.
Will having control of time make things any simpler? Doubtful.
Oh, time. It's always moving, isn't it? Now and then, you just want to hit the brakes. Maybe because you're not ready for what's coming next. But strangely enough, you see the rules somehow changed. No more rushing or uncertainty. I mean, the future's still there. But time? It's under my control now.
Yeah, indie devs are a lot more willing to do stylized.
Isn't it?
Which I think is why I gravitate towards them over.
Well, it seems I'm the one who has to fix it.
This one's from developer Dagubomb and Raw Fury, and it's actually a mix of genres that's kind of difficult to describe. It's like a roguelike Gone Home mixed with a board game. It has you exploring a mansion to find the hidden rumored Room 46. But every day sees the floor plan reset and shift. This is Blueprints.
Yeah, Recur.
My name is Tonda.
Hey, Tonda.
Let me show you what I've been making.
That was artsy as fuck.
Blueprints is an atmospheric architectural adventure. A game in which you, the player, explore an ever-changing house of shifting rooms.
Yeah.
It's a game of mystery. It's a game of strategy. It's a game of exploration. And without giving too much away, I'll say that it's a game of many secrets. For the house
I think it's puzzle.
you're exploring, it's actually being built by you, room by room, step by step, day day. The deeper you go, the more
It's the day of the devs.
The more you discover, even deeper.
The VODs for all of these showcases I'm watching today and forever, ideally, are all on the VOD channel. Exclamation mark VODs.
I've been crafting this puzzle box of a manor for the last 8 years.
This is really cool.
It's 5 rooms wide, 9 rooms deep. A house of 45 rooms. Can you find room 46?
This is really cool.
The doors of Blueprints will finally be open spring 2025. Good luck.
First-person shooters can
That was awesome.
feel a little samey. Not this one. It's got all the tight controls and precision you'd expect from your favorite sci-fi FPSs, but with a twist. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to melt away into this Lisa Frank and Barbie fever dream.
Lisa Frank and Barbie fever dream.
Hey, yeah, it's Jane Fiona, game director of Incolatus
Hey, Jane.
Girly Pop here at Funny Fins and Softworks in Boorloo, Western Australia.
Whoa!
Yeah, so Incolatus Don't Stop Girly Pop is a Y2K girly pop arena style movement shooter where standing still is not an option. The faster you go, the more damage you deal and the more you heal. Yeah, so just don't stop moving.
Just don't stop.
Yeah, I can break it down for you. Speed's always been a very important part of arena shooters, but it's never been the point per se. So what we're doing is taking movement from being an auxiliary mechanic and moving it straight into the core loop. Push forward combat 2.0.
Wow!
Break that down for you. So wave hopping is kind of like the spirit of bunny hopping recreated with modern advances in advanced movement technology. 3 mechanics is a slam goes into a double jump, goes into a dash, and it creates this sort of wave-like movement where you're going. You can't see that. No, phones. And so we sort of like recreate the feel of a bunny hop, but it's a lot more intentional and stable, and it's kind of got more room to grow from there. When you go faster, your guns will literally
I feel like this game's gonna give me a seizure, but I love it. I'll be happy while I'm seizing, you know what I mean?
More scopes. Yeah, it's more
I'll be seizing, but with a smile.
Yeah, so you basically are the revolution. Let me give you the rundown. Trees are dying, an ecosystem is falling apart, and fairies have been driven from their natural habitat. A despicable mining corporation, Curiosmos, is out to drain your world of its most precious resource, the love.
Oh, is it?
If they're allowed to continue their mining operation, they'll destroy the entire natural environment. So the robots that run their mining operation, they actually run on love.
Why did I do that?
So does your speed suit. So if you grab love at just the right time before it evaporates, I can use the love to supercharge your weapons. You can actually do extra damage on top of your speed damage. Love is also saved across your game save, so that of course works into the dress up metagame. That's, yeah, inspired by kind of late 90s CD-ROM and like early 2000s Flash kind of dress up games. It's different materials and colors that you can apply to your first person arms. Of course you can do all denim.
Yeah! Jarms! Let's go, Jarms!
You can meet fairies throughout the game and donate collected love to them to earn more dress-up fabrics and even ornaments for your guns, including rhinestones and butterflies.
You must play this?
You are a girly pop eco-warrior, so go fast, kill robots, and save the fairies' homes. And look good doing it. Yeah, so you can wishlist Incolatus Don't Stop Girly Pop on Steam now. Yeah, coming to PC. Soon.
Dude.
For all you puzzle lovers and daily word solvers out there, this game is something you'll want to add to your collection. Lok Digital has a strange little rule. Find out and spell the word lock in order to seal off empty spaces and solve tricky puzzles. Of course, it gets more complicated from there. Lock, ta, tlack, slack, slack. Find these odd little words and you'll become a true puzzle master.
Hello, I'm Ferran Ruiz-Sala.
And I'm Blaž Urban-Grazer.
And together, we are the developers behind Lok Digital.
I'm an artist, game developer, and musician from Slovenia, and I created this little puzzle book called Lok.
I'm a game developer from Barcelona, and I discovered the Lok book online.
You mean Lollipop Chainsaw?
That I reached out to Blaž with a prototype to try to convince him to make a video game adaptation.
Once the Lok book was released, we started working on Lok Digital together full-time.
Lok Digital is a whimsical puzzle game where you learn the words of a fantastical language in order to shape the world of the little cute Lok creatures. Each new word you learn has different properties and adds layers of logic to the puzzles.
Your goal in each puzzle is to black out all cells in a grid. It's like a word search puzzle, but using an invented language. The first word you learn is, of course, lock. If you find lock, you can black it out. And if you black out lock, you can then black out one additional cell of your choice. Over the course of the game, you encounter even more words, such as tlak, ta, and lolo. On top of that, new rules are revealed, which completely change how you approach solving these puzzles, while still keeping them elegant and intuitive.
The game starts really simple, and it does get trickier, but don't worry. The campaign is really carefully crafted, and it will guide you along so you discover all the twists and depths of the Lok language. There are also secrets for the player to discover.
I've seen this game before, but I didn't understand it until now.
Puzzles, where players can compete with their friends or in the global leaderboard. Daily puzzles use the same mechanics that are learned in the main campaign. Trying to quickly parse a puzzle and solve it in as little time as possible is a very different challenge suited for those who can't get enough of the game.
The Lok creatures are curious little beings that spawned in the middle of a vast, incomprehensible world. At first, they discover fire, and their language consists of only one word. But with your help, they are soon farming crops, building cities, discovering electricity, and even reaching for the stars.
What we love the most...
Wordle/Scrabble with limited choices? Scrabble, but with an invented language.
At first, looking at a lettered grid is really daunting, but step by step, you'll learn and grow alongside the Lok creatures.
Scrabble, but not any language that exists.
And its logic will feel really natural to you.
We'd like to thank our publishers, Draknek and Friends, for believing in our project and for supporting us.
We're delighted to announce that Lok Digital is launching on PC today, and it's coming to mobile
a little bean guy. Interesting.
The Abyss is back! We invite you to strap on your gear and delve once again into the colorful run-and-gun roguelite.
Yeah, I get that, Jenny. Neon Abyss 2. I did watch it, and you did miss it. But there will be a VOD right after this stream. Alright, Fred. I can't believe Jenny's saying slurs on main again.
For this next game, it's like Kiki's Delivery Service and Road Rash met in a biker bar and got into a deep conversation.
Hell yeah.
It's fast, totally heartfelt.
Is this the one I'm thinking of?
Incredible soundtrack. I'm thrilled to be introducing the new genre of open world witch tech.
Hello, my name
is
Director at Electric Saint.
And I'm Pavel Mihailovich, Technical Director.
And we are so unbelievably excited to be part of Day of the Devs, showing you our game, Crescent County, a game about underground motoring street racing and kissing your friends.
This game looks so good. I'm so excited for it. Look at this.
In Crescent County, you play as Lou, a mid-20s disaster as you move to the Isle of Mora and discover a subculture.
I'm a mid-20s disaster!
We also think that genre mashups are where all the interesting stuff happens. Crescent County is sci-fi mixed up with fantasy to make souped-up motorbike.
But you can also kiss your friends. I'm a mid-20s disaster that kisses their friends!
Naughty's flip phone. It's Studio Ghibli, but with considerably more crop jackets and chokers. Or roller derby, but with gay witches. Although, upon reflection, that's quite accurate to reality anyway.
Yeah, that's what
During
roller
the day,
derby
you're
is.
making deliveries to the island residents around a beautiful witch tech, solar punk open world. You're not only making deliveries though, you're also herding sheep, you're fixing dodgy ley lines, and getting up to all sorts of witchy hijinks.
By helping the residents of this island, you can also make a bit of money, and then use that money to trick out your broom. You can get new parts that make your broom ride faster, drift harder, or even glide further off a cliff. You can also get sigil stickers, which give your broom special powers such as boosts, teleports, and rewinds.
And then, when the sun sets, you get to race your new friends in impromptu races around the island. Not only that, there's a healthy dose of flirtation and romance that also comes into play. We're a big fan of the rivals to lovers dynamic.
We both had to move as young adults, and had that experience of going to a new place and having to discover a new place, a new community, and yourself all at the same time. So we want to make a game about that question of how do you find home, and we think that experience is really going to resonate with a lot of people, which is
I like
why
how they do dialogue actively like
this.
this.
Into the world.
Crescent County started off as concept art and illustrations that I would take to comic conventions and show people. And the number one thing that people would say to me was that they wanted to live in my paintings. So it is unbelievably exciting. It's such a dream come true to let this become a reality.
And that's why we're so excited to announce that we're releasing our first playtest. It's super early, so we're calling it a driving test because we really want to hear what people think about our driving mechanics, about what it feels like to actually ride around on a motor broom on this island, and it's available on Steam and itch right now.
So if
Kiss him on the mouth.
sounds like your vibe, please check out our playtest on Steam and itch, and do give us a wishlist too as well, because it really does help us out. And with that in mind, thank you so very much for your time, and we hope to see you on the Discord and Crescent County social media very soon.
Hell yeah. Loved it when I seen it in the PC gaming show last year. Or this year? I don't remember.
Might morph into a banquet
Love
of
it now.
pudding and Savoys. From Willy Wonka to Sweeney Todd, singing about food has often been a recipe for success for many a memorable musical.
Next Itch.io show? That's not what the Itch.io show is not for demos. The Itch.io show is for full games.
I'm
but
Philip from Candy
maybe.
Box, and this year on
This
Day of
year,
the Devs,
this month, the Itch.io show is changing a little, because Christmas is happening. So the Itch.io show is just going to be Christmas games. And we're also combining that with the Movie Game Monthly, because I got too much stuff going on.
Of more poetry than this. Of peanut butter and
Got too much going on to be doing all these things.
Absolutely ghastly. It's really quite disgusting and hardly very classy.
Oh, chocolate titty. Thy knives are sharp. Thus with a leap.
Was it early this year? Yeah, it was like June, yeah. I couldn't remember if it was June last year or June this year. I don't know. Time meshes together.
If
That is a
Shakespeare
weird-looking
could,
game.
What would he write about? Forget Romeo and Juliet. Peanut Butter and Jelly the musical tells the romance of much more sweet and saltiness. the invention of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Every mother asked their daughter, what do you think you'd like to see when you grow up? Everybody wants to know.
I'd give it a whirl to travel the world, dress like a girl, learn to change a
Through 10 musical acts, you will guide a rebelling strawberry and a disillusioned peanut through wonderfully art paper collages with lots of quirky characters.
Yes, son, we are talking about nuts here.
About nuts.
Everything is handmade, no AI. With paper stop motion being cut out from vintage cookbooks, peanut butter and jelly freshly from the jar, and children giving their best to recite slightly misunderstood Shakespeare quotes.
Oh, true Patricia, thy knives are sharp, thus with a leap I die! What the? Get off me!
In the game, you can drag, pull, and push everything to make the story your own. And since it's a musical, I was super happy that I could convince Lorraine Bowen, Britain's Got Talent's Golden Buzzer, to write and perform all the music.
Hello, my name's Lorraine Bowen, and I wrote the music.
Lorraine, you're my favorite person!
The musical, PBJ. Woo! It's got all the things that I absolutely love. So it's got catchy lyrics, catchy tunes, and catchy characters.
Over here, græs og guacamole.
Very green!
And over there, minestrone de moustache.
Philip had this idea very early on, and just storyboarded it all out, and it's just a marvellous piece of work. I've never done anything before like it.
Cupcake topping. A cupcake topping.
Cupcake topping.
A cupcake topping.
Cupcake topping.
Cupcake topping.
Sliced and diced.
Sliced and diced.
Yes, the
Will you sing along in the game? I hope so. Will you get a couple of great earworms? I hope so.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I declare! I declare! Ooh.
The space race is all the rage these days, and, well, it's a decidedly serious endeavor. The cosmos can also be...
What did I just watch?
Game is a bit of
I loved it!
Made by the same developers who made the absolutely charming Hidden Folks DLC.
Yo, Celine here, coming
Yo.
to you from planet Earth. And today I'm very excited to show you Curiosmos, a whimsical space sim in which you create
Where's
your
Whimsy?
very own solar system.
What was it called? PB&J the PBJ the musical. No and. It was. I legitimately teared up. I still am. The reveal of Lorraine, like it's not even the game. It's her. I want to buy the game for her. You know what I mean? She immediately, in 3 seconds flat, became my favorite person on the planet Earth. Like Lorraine, come on.
You'll start out with the most important part, creating your planet from stardust.
Do it for her. Everything I do in my life from this point forward, I'm doing for Lorraine, okay?
It's a fascinating phenomena. You can create mountains, valleys, volcanoes.
My life is dedicated to Lorraine. My earplug
You can
died.
play with the weather, and so on. You can also become great friends with a satellite named Curio. And together, you can collect some sparkly rocks, ice, and other space material in the asteroid belt to later use on your planets. And perhaps like that, you'll be able to kickstart life in your solar system and make evolution happen. Be very nice to your creations, as life is rather fragile. And like so, you can fill your entire solar system to the brim with planets, and then top them off with a couple of moons. That all sounds really lovely and peaceful, doesn't it?
It very much is like a
Years
Play-Doh
away,
kind of
there's
thing.
a giant, insatiable black
Play.
hole wanting to devour your entire solar system and all your darling planets. If only there was a way to stop this horrible disaster from happening. Maybe that robot Curio has an idea?
Steven Universe is also what I thought
Ever
of.
since I was a little girl, I've been obsessed and fascinated with outer space. And through Curiosmos, I wanted to make something that will make other people as excited and curious about the cosmos as I am. So that's why we're pouring all our love and attention into Curiosmos, so that we
The
can
furtive
deliver to
pygmy.
you the
So
most
oft
adorable,
forgotten.
great feeling space sim in the entire universe. Thank you, I am 8-Bit and Day of the Devs for having us, and thank you for watching.
Maybe down the line, but it's not on the short
Love
to do.
from me and the team. Cheers and goodbye. Peace out.
I love their vibes. They have a voice that's like,
As the old saying
it's
goes,
like serious, but then like they have the vibe that they're not, and I like that. It's a good collision.
Then try
They
teleport.
literally started like the dev interview of being like, "Yo," like I love that.
Side. Job done.
I've seen Bionic Bay so much. Bionic Bay is a game that I've heard zero gamers talk about, but so many developers seem so interested in this game. It seems like it's gotta be a technical marvel in their like perspective, and that makes me interested. Because like I'm not that interested in this game. I think it looks okay. But because so many devs seem so interested in this game, it makes me interested. I see why. I've only heard like developers and like industry people talk about this game. I've heard no like casual person be like, "Oh, have you heard of Bionic Bay?" Nothing. Only like industry professionals, and that's it. So it's clear to them that this is like a technical marvel. So that makes me want to play. That makes me interested. Yeah, there's like time stuff. You can see they're playing with gravity by turning it around. Didn't know there was online racing. You can like teleport in between things. You can connect things. Like there's a lot going on here. It very much seems like it's playing with physics in an interesting way.
You like snacks?
Yeah.
Like chill music? Like random wanderers entering your humble convenience store, learning about their lives, perhaps helping them pick out
Love
the
that.
perfect thing for their late night craving?
Yeah.
Well, then this is the game for you.
Hey, I didn't expect to see you in Tokyo. What are you up to? Looking for games?
Shopping?
Well,
I was looking for noodles actually, but
there is none.
Oh.
It's kind of like a
Is there
grocery
noodles?
store.
Yeah.
But you know what? Maybe it's a sign that we've met. I've got this super cool game to tell you about called InKOnbini. It's actually inspired by one of the convenience stores like this one.
InKOnbini.
In the game, you play as Makoto, a girl who comes to help her aunt with the night shifts at the small town Konbini. You get to be the clerk, stocking shelves, keeping things in order, and chatting with the customers. The fun part? You can interact with every single product. Pick it up.
Oh, I've heard of this.
When you stock the shelves, there's this super satisfying sound, and the music actually changes to match the vibe.
It's like that trading card shop manager or superstore manager or so on and so supermarket sim. It's like all those games, but mixed with like a little to the left. You know that game or unpacking for those of you that know that. It's like these two things combined into this game, and that's so interesting.
Your own tastes and habits, and you get to
It's
piece
such an
together
interesting combo.
based on what they buy. You can explore the whole store, open drawers, and hunt for the hidden stories waiting to be found. And get this, life goes on in the store even that you're not there. So each new day, there is something fresh to discover. We are big fans of Asian culture, so we packed this store with tons of cool details and created a soundtrack inspired by Japanese hits from the 90s. It's got that chill vibe, so you can just relax, maybe grab a Coke, and take in everything happening around you.
I've seen this game before. This sold me. I'm interested.
Good. My name is Dima Shen. I'm a founder of Naga Industries. If you're interested in InKOnbini, go ahead and add it to your wish list. Catch you later, and hopefully we'll meet in InKOnbini again.
I think that depends on what life situation you're in, Vic. Because like personally, when I'm like looking at games and shopping, and you've heard me say this literally today, I will always go towards stylized. I like stylized art, and that's not what a lot of the supermarket store sim and stuff that are like out right now. They're all like purchased assets and stuff. So like if you're making the game to like fund your next game or whatever, then like that would probably be the way to go. Is like using
our debut project,
default assets and stuff like that.
Hand-felted stop-motion video.
But like if this is a game that you are passionate about, right? At this bookstore, and you've spoken about it before, so I think you are. If you're passionate about making this game, then I would go all in, and I would go stylized. Maybe not in that style necessarily, but whatever style you choose, you know? Something that's more unique than just realism purchased assets.
Arcade side scroller. So instead of...
But that depends on how you view the project and where you're at positionally in life. Because obviously you can make something with bought assets a lot faster.
In a world of film and social media, where I've been animating with Wool for over a decade. In order to capture the full fuzzy potential,
this is awesome.
Every sprite in the game is needle felted by hand, using techniques I've fine-tuned over the years.
That's really cool.
Characters, landscapes, and special effects are then brought to life with stop-motion.
The tower is real.
One frame at a time.
In this eco fairy tale, you play as Sky Rider, a sheep herder with magical powers on a quest to save their rainbow flock. These 5 special sheep have unique elemental abilities you'll need in order to save infected creatures, dodge elemental obstacles, and liberate poisoned bosses.
This is cheap and easy money, Angie. Like, if that, this might be a bad example because of,
I'm so excited to bring my woolly world
where they went after, but like, in reality, the video game Only Up could have funded that dev for
the coming year.
Feltopia is scheduled to release in
decades
2026.
with the money that dev made from Only Up or Chained Together or, you know, all these games that like are these just pre-made assets like that pop off. Those games that sell like that can immediately fund the next decade or more of their development for a game that is more in-depth and stuff. So it's like, if you do the free asset route and it's successful, that's good money to fund something that you're actually passionate about later. You know what I mean?
From the people who brought you Untitled Goose Game and Thank Goodness You're Here comes a revolutionary new television experience. Don't like what's on? You can always change the channel.
I'm Madeline Planet, and damn it, you're watching Blippo Plus.
Yep, see, it's just physics, man.
I'm always here, just behind the scenes.
Pulling the strings.
Greetings, thinkers. It's Professor Ned Telson.
Barbara Lightworker has the spiritual forecast on
Resplendent in mutant primrose.
Does this mean our affair is over?
Oh, hey, speaking of science, did you see the thing about the thing in space?
Our show. And that's the Rubber Report. Boing, boing.
You're watching a Blippo Plus. This isn't television, it's poetry in motion.
Explains why I'm barking.
So much dithering.
Sign up to find out when Blippo Plus will be available in your area at blippo.plus.
Next, we've got an
I don't understand what the game is.
Day of the Devs alumni. I'll let them spill the gear bits.
Hi everyone.
I don't know if they had to be filmed, Vic, but it's a dithering
And on
thing.
behalf
I
of
don't
all
know.
of us at Heart Machine, we're thrilled to officially announce Hyperlight Breaker is launching on Steam Early Access in January 2025. We've been hard at work on making Breaker the best it can be before it enters Early Access, and we want to thank all of you for your patience and support over the years that's helped us get to this point. Early Access will mark just the beginning for our players. Throughout Early Access, we'll be adding a ton of content.
This is by the Hyperlight Drifter devs, right? And also,
Before Early Access begins, we'd like to share.
I forget the other game they made. I forget what it's called, but I did play it.
Before you jump into the overgrowth with fellow breakers for the first time. Hyperlight Breaker is a co-op, open-world roguelite set in a brand new realm in the world of Hyperlight, taking place decades before the events of Hyperlight Drifter.
That's pretty cool.
Game, you take on the role of a breaker, a warrior, and explorer. The Breakers are an elite organization who have the daunting task of restoring civilization after a huge, world-destroying war. Your mission is to explore the overgrowth, take down the crowns, collect and assemble their scattered memories, building and establishing order as you set out to destroy the Crown's leader, the Abyss King, who rules the overgrowth. The Crowns know the secret of the curse within the overgrowth, and it'll be up to you and the rest of the Breakers to uncover the truth. We've only scratched the surface of what Hyperlight Breaker is. Visit our Steam page to view the full trailer and wishlist today. See you all in the overgrowth when Hyperlight Breaker launches in Steam Early Access on January 14th, 2025.
A lot can change in a short time. Solar Ash, that's what it was. Thank you.
Wait,
Yeah, I played
we've got
that.
one more exciting last thing for you. A previously unseen title from Alpha Channel and Kepler, and it's going to be in your hands
Yes,
before
bro.
you know it.
If it was your death, I don't think you would be talking right now, Vivian.
Someone once told me that, in the end, all things are forgotten.
You'd be choking. You'd be spitting it up.
Did you come all
You'd
this
be
way
going,
to forget? Or did you come
I
here
know,
to
it happened to me recently. Where I almost died.
out here? At the end of it all, you might not have a choice.
Like a meetup? Nah, bro. Never done one of those. I don't know where you're from, Ro, but if you're in Australia, I'll probably be at PAX.
Do you want to forget? Or do you want to fight?
Do you play as a little drone making yourself a tank?
The only thing that's not forgotten.
Like your cousin? Tankhead.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
No, I'm just dude.
And I'm Bane. We're from Alpha Channel, coming to you from
Yeah, it's really cool.
Feltopia Studios' first game, Tankhead.
Varian and Jenny, look up a game called El Paso Elsewhere.
In a unique science fiction world, offering a novel blend of vehicular action, exploration, and narrative world building. The player takes the role of a sleepwalker, a person who uploads their consciousness into a mechanical shell.
Late Night Liam
enter an irradiated wasteland
is
known as
going
the
to
ECA.
love this game, I
Inside
feel.
the ECA, illegal
This
factions
seems like
develop
his
for
shit.
survival,
I also
while
think
the
it's
local
Fred's
authority
shit.
maintains order with an
This
iron
might,
fist.
I think this might be a crossover of them two. 'Cause I think Fred would love this too.
Decades after the terrible war that brought ruin to these lands, something else has begun to stir within the ashes.
As the Needle, your vehicle of choice is the light tank, capable of moving quickly and delivering devastating damage. Your tank can be equipped with various weapons, armor, wheels, motors, and abilities to customize your gameplay. One thing we're excited about for Tankhead is how we've embraced tank controls, leaning into what makes tanks and tank warfare unique. Players simultaneously
so interesting.
facing of the body and turret of the tank. Keep your armored size facing enemies and protect your vulnerable motors. Definitely takes some time to adjust to, but it's a blast to get good at.
I'm getting like Pacific Drive vibes with the
Something we call dismantle
building
and destroy.
section.
Enemies are made up of layers of parts to protect them. Players use their wide assortment of powerful weapons to break down their enemies shot by shot, eventually revealing their delicate weak points and letting the player score a decisive blow. Once the fight is over, players can salvage remaining parts, either for use on their own tank or for valuable scrap. Tankhead is a roguelike. Players start in the hub and take on missions across the ECA. Each mission culminates in an intense fight with one of our bosses, also known as Tankheads. We're excited for you to explore the world we've created, along with our take on vehicle combat.
We'd love to thank the
Very
team
cool.
behind Day of the Devs for giving us this opportunity to share the game with you. And we're super excited to say that Tankhead is available right now on the Epic Games Store.
That guy in the middle mean
more
mugging me.
information, Visit tankhead.com.
Well, that's our show. Thank you so much to the developers for bringing such amazing games to share with us here today. Thank you for watching.
Thank you to our generous sponsors and to our individual contributors.
Thank you to our founding sponsors, Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit, and our 2024 sponsors, Annapurna Interactive, Bone Loaf, Blumhouse Games, Devolver Digital, Egg, the Game Awards, Glum, Idea Xbox, Kepler Interactive, Maximum Games, Netflix Games, Nighthawk Interactive, Panic, PlayStation, Pop Agenda, Razer, Sabotage Studios, Studio MDHR, Summer Game Fest, UFO 50, and X-Sola.
And if you have the means, please consider donating so that we can continue our efforts with Day of the Devs.
If you're in a leadership position at a studio, at a publisher, please consider giving us some marketing dollars. Every little bit counts. You will make a difference. You will allow us to continue
For sure,
our
Red.
mission to shine a spotlight on indie
Dude, the
games.
spotlight was so good.
And remember, Day of the Devs is a 501c3 charitable organization, which means that all donations are tax deductible.
If you want to donate to Day of the Devs, go to dayofthedevs.com, sign up for our newsletter, check out upcoming shows. Thank you to the crew.
Thank you once again to our musical maestro, Dose One, for supplying all the beats and the blip blops and the zip zaps and all that wonderful stuff you heard in between segments. If it wasn't for him, everything would be silent.
Thank you to the Game Awards and Jeff Keighley for your ongoing collaboration and for always shining a spotlight on indie games.
We'll see you tomorrow night at the Game Awards at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And thanks to all our presenters for putting this show together. Until then, just remember, video games are the only thing that matters.
I'm just waiting for them to stop talking. That was Day of the Devs. In that showcase, I was just chilling. We got Wanderstop, Faraway, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon, Sleight of Hand, Demon Tides, Kingmakers, Recur, Blueprints, Incolatus, I don't know how she said that, Don't Stop, Girly Pop, Lok Digital, or Lok, I don't know, Neon Abyss 2, Crescent County, PBJ, the Musical, Curiosmos, Bionic Bay, InKOnbini, I don't know how to talk, dude, Feltopia, Blippo Plus, no idea what that is, Hyperlight Breaker, and Tankhead. 20 games? Big deep dives into them. I added a lot of these to my wish list. This showcase did a lot for me. This is what had a lot, but Day of the Devs usually does. They do good games. They do good games. They do good stuff. Ultimate Chicken Horse frustrated, mostly from the peeps I played. Well, hey, you can get frustrated in the sequel. For those of you watching the VOD, thank you for watching. Mwah!